Hi y'all, welcome back to my YouTube channel. For those of you who are new, please don't forget to subscribe and like this video. And for those of you who are old, y'all know the deal.
Go ahead, I don't bite.
So, for those of you who don't know, I'm single. I'm single and I'm not ready to mingle. Keep your little raggedy ass niggas away from me because y'all's nothing but trouble. But, nah, real stuff. Last year, October 28th to be exact, I got broken up with. Like, it is what it is. And I decided to do this video because I think it is very important for us to have these kind of conversations. I think that this society is just so used to like, oh, well, we not together, I'm good. But like, no, truth of the matter is a breakup is disgusting. It's ugly. It's painful. It's like the worst thing ever. Like, I think I had rather gotten shot than to have dealt with a heartbreak. So I'm gonna try to be as transparent as I can and try to remember a lot because I'm like Dory from Nemo, don't really remember much. But yeah, so starting from the beginning. Me and my ex, like we had like a bomb relationship. Like when I tell you that was my best friend, that was my best friend. He was the type of person like I could like, yo babe, let's book a vacation. I'm with it. Yo babe, let's go do this. I'm with it. Like he was really like my doppelganger. Like we just were like so in sync. Like it was crazy. We broke up and it kind of took me by surprise. I mean, we're a normal couple. We argue and stuff like that. But like our relationship wasn't really toxic, I don't think. I mean, we had some foul moments, but sorry about my voice. We had some foul moments, but it was never anything crazy. Like we weren't abusing each other. We weren't like cheating on each other. From what I can remember, I don't feel like there was any cheating. So now the night that we broke up, that whole month was just very rocky for us. Like we were like arguing every week. It was something new, and I just think it was like the part of life that we were in. Like we were both freshly graduated from college. He graduated a semester after me, so like he's coming back home. He's trying to figure out his life, and you know it's kind of a culture shock to him. He's used to like being up at school, living by himself, and now he's back at home. He feels like, you know, he's in this mindset where like he has to get his life together. And me, I'm very whimsical. I'm very just like, listen, just go with the flow. If this job opportunity comes, take it, see if you like it. You know, our parents are letting us stay home for free. So that's where I can say a lot of our differences might have came. I was very supportive of him, extremely supportive, like anything. And that's my problem in relationships too. I'm very supportive of the person that I sometimes neglect myself. Like I just feel like I put so much into them. I'm just like, okay, whatever I got going on, I know I can like pick up on it later on, but I need to make sure that he's good, you know? And that's not good because you should never neglect yourself and put yourself on the back burner for anybody because like me, you just never know when somebody's gonna wake up and say they don't want to be with you anymore. So going back to the night that we broke up, I seen some girl, like, I seen a girl like his pictures or he liked some girl's pictures and she went to our college. So I just kind of felt like I've never seen this girl before, never heard of her, what's going on. She's liking his pictures like one after the other. So I kind of just felt like that was a little sus to me. So I pressed him about it and he just started cursing me out. Yo, I'm not effing doing this with you. Just started wilding on me. I'm not thinking of it too deep because I'm like, all right, maybe he's drunk. He was out that night. I'm like, okay, he's drunk. He's just, you know, a little emotional right now. I'm gonna give him some time. So he blocks me off everything. Blocks my number, blocks my Instagram, blocks my Snap, blocks everything. So I'm like, okay, he's dragging this, but like, whatever. So now, like, I keep calling his phone. He's ignoring me, not picking up. I'm like, okay, like, he's really dragging this. So I use a burner telephone, and I called his... Why everything is freaking story time? I'm not going through this. Like, I'm not doing that. That's not even important. But long story short, even after that night, I went to his house the next morning because he had ordered something for me. I needed to return it, and he had the return label. So I had to go to his house because he's not answering my phone calls. And he basically just gave me the receipts and just like, yo, I'm done. Like, I'm not doing this with you. So I'm trying to talk to him, and he's like legit closing the door in my face. So I'm just like, wow, like, okay, this might be real. So now I give it a couple of days, you know, now I'm in my bag. I'm just like, I don't care, he gonna come around. It's like 4 days later, like he still didn't come around. So like now it's starting to sink in, like, yo, I don't think me and this man is together. Like, I don't think that we're together. So as the weeks go by, as I said, we don't have each other on any social media. So I legit went from talking to somebody every single day on every social media platform to nothing. Like, literally nothing. And it was hard for me to connect. It was like, I know what's happening, but how do I get my mind and my heart to, like, realize at the same time what's going on? So now, you know, some weeks are going by, and every week, it was so weird. Every week, I don't know, it was like the clock was, not the clock, but like the universe was like making me relive it every week. But like, so we broke up Saturday night, Sunday morning. So Monday I would be okay, because like I think it was like a shock for me. So Mondays I would be okay. No, Mondays I would be a mess. I'm sorry. Mondays I would be a mess. I would be devastated. Like, oh my gosh, like it's a new week. We did not speak. Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, I'll be, each day gradually passes, I'll get better and better and better. By Saturday, I'm fine. Saturday evening to night, I will start feeling it again. Sundays, I would crash. I would burn. I would start crying. I can't handle myself. I don't know what to do. I'm not eating. I'm not doing this. I'm not doing that. I'm calling him. He's still not answering me. Like, I legit felt like it was a death. Like, I really felt like he was gone one day. I mean, here one day and gone tomorrow. Like, all I had was memories. All I had was old messages. All I had was, like, what I could think about in my head, like, the good times. But, like, damn, like, how you just pick up and leave somebody, you know? Like, how you just don't care. How one day you're willing to fight for the relationship and you telling the person you love them and this, that, and the third. And, like, you know, as I said, there was no signs to me. And I'm very good at my intuition. I'm very good at pinpointing when a guy is cheating, especially on me. And I'm a little feisty, so, you know, I be pressing niggas. So it's just like, damn, like what happened? Like, my best friend, somebody used to tell me everything. Like, we used to go to each other about everything. What happened? Why all of a sudden now it's just like you can't talk to me no more. Like, you don't want to talk to me anymore. So as I said, that went on for days. Then it went on for weeks and then months. I lost so much weight. Like, I'm already skinny. I weigh 110. I did not eat. Like, so Thanksgiving came around. My plate was probably this big. Couldn't even finish that. Christmas came around. My birthday came around. And I was just so, like, I felt like I lost weight. Like, I looked so skinny. Like, my collarbone was, like, popping out. My legs were, like, toothpicks. As I said, I'm already skinny. So imagine me losing weight. Now I just look like a crackhead. Like, it was so bad. I didn't have an appetite. I would be hungry. And literally, I could probably just nibble on something and be full. I mean, one time at work, my coworker, we got off of work, whatever, I'm walking to the train station, my coworker, like, ran up behind me, like, yo, give me your money to stick up. And I was just so sad. Like, if this was really a stick up, I just looked at her like damn, like, take my life. Like, at this point, I don't want to live. I don't want to feel this anymore. Like, it's just so sad. Like, it's just so sad to see me like that because, like, I'm just such a fun-spirited, outgoing person. So for months, like, I just was not myself. I wasn't going out. I didn't want to date. Just nothing. Like, literally, my weekend just consisted of me staying home. I doubted myself. Like, I just felt like I was not worthy. I don't know. Like, it could be the Sagittarius in me. Because, like, once we feel like our love life is not intact, everything just goes to shit after that. Like, we just feel like we're not worthy. Like, I don't know why. I mean, now I don't feel like that anymore. But it's like, damn, like, if I failed one person that loved me, because I blamed myself. I'm like, yo, like, this had to be my fault. Like, he has to hate me because, even, as I said, we had a great relationship. So it's like, for you to have broken up with me and did it in that way, it was like, yo, I was a horrible person. Like, I'm horrible. Like, what did I do? And then, like, the few times that he did answer my calls, so probably around the amount of months that, like, I was doing the whole calling thing every week, he probably answered my call, like, 3 times. And, like, he just told me, like, Alex, no, I don't want to be with you. Like, I can't. So I'm just like, yo, what did I do? He's like, Alex, I just can't. Like, I don't want to be with you. I just be like, what the fuck? Like, even from the night when we broke up, I just felt like you broke up. And I never used to press him about girls. Like, our relationship, as I said, we was never like that. Like, we never argued about guys and girls and cheating and stuff like that. So it's like, yo, one of the few times I just asked you a simple question and you move like that, it's like, damn, like it was me then. Like, I'm the one, like, it was me. And it was easier for me to blame myself, because at least if it was easier for me to blame myself, if I showed him that I changed, which was a huge mistake, it's like, if I showed him that I changed, then maybe we can work, you know? Maybe if I just call him again and just tell him, like, you know, I'm so sorry, like, I changed, maybe we can work things out again. But no, he was not with it, and I'm happy he wasn't. And I am very thankful of the fact that he allowed both of us to be gone of each other, you know? Because I know it's a lot of times when people break up with each other, as much as they love each other, they want to keep the communication, or like one moment they want to break up and not talk to each other. And it's just that inconsistency of like, let's talk, let's not talk. So, you know, I'm happy that he broke up with me and stuck to his word and wasn't doing this little back and forth thing with me, because that would have fucked me up. Like, that, I mean, the breakup really fucked me up, but that would have fucked me up, because a year later, guess what? I probably would have still been dealing with him. All the emotions that I was forced to deal with at once, I would have probably been dealing with now. And who wants to deal with that, you know? So now, it's a year later, and I've gained my weight back. My mental health is in check. I can pinpoint what I want and don't want in a guy. And I'm a person, I learn lessons through hindsight. Like, that's like my favorite word, like in hindsight. And back then, I didn't understand why I was going through it. I didn't understand why me. I didn't understand why he would want to do this to me. And looking at it from a mature mindset, I don't believe that he didn't love me. I don't believe that he stopped loving me. I believe that what we had was, even till today, I still believe what we had was real. But what I think happened was our love language. I think it's very important when you're dating somebody to understand their love language. I think that you can't automatically assume that the way you want to be loved is the way that you should love somebody else. I'm gonna keep skipping around because like my mind is going like a mile a minute, because I'm really trying to compile this year. I'm trying to remember like key points. But I feel like this relationship, the breakup, forced me to learn about myself too. Literally, I had to pick up the pieces myself. I had a great support system. Like, my friends, oh my gosh, like that, like this year I can really say like my friends, like I will go to war for, like when I tell you, like they helped me. Like, everybody played a part. And even if it was just like me going to the gym with one of my close friends and like she was working me out, I feel like that was helping my mind, because I was like, you know, if I could push through this workout, I could push through anything, because that's physical pain, you know? That's something that's tangible. And then working out actually helped me a lot too, because I don't know, like the endorphins, it kind of made me feel a little bit better sometimes. There were friends that I would be able to call and just talk to. There was talk to about the situation and just say like, you know, like I'm feeling down, like is this normal? Because at a point I didn't feel like how I was feeling was normal. I'm like, yo, it's been 2-3 months now. Why am I still crying? Like, as I said, I was still going through that phase where Sunday, mess, Monday, mess, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday, good. You know, I was going through that for 2-3 months. Every week. Every single week. And I'm just like, damn, like, something's psychologically wrong with me. Like, somebody's telling you they don't want you and you're still disconnected from it. Like, you're still not understanding. So, as I said, and then that also played into me feeling like something's wrong with me. I mean, maybe that's why he doesn't want to be with me. Like, I'm not even strong enough to get through this. Like, I'm dumb. Like, I'm dumb. I'm calling him, he's not answering. Like, what makes you think that next week's gonna be different? The other days that you spoke to him, he told you he doesn't want to be with you. Why do you keep calling, you know? It was just that disconnect, and I just couldn't understand how I could connect it. I felt like I tried. Like, you know, I would go the weeks, like throughout the week, not calling him, not speaking about him, not this, not that, and then I'd break. And it was just like, why? Like, why? You know, I just wanted to know why. Yeah, so I had like friends that were going through the same thing as me. We would compare our situations, and like it's easier to go through something with someone else who can relate to you. Yeah, I just had different friends for different things. They each fed a part of me that I felt was like empty, and like they reassured me. Like, Alex, no, what you're feeling is okay. You know, I've been through that. you will see the light at the end of the tunnel. Or like, no, Alex, like, you know, take this time to feel what you're feeling. And that is a huge thing with a breakup. You have to take your time to feel what you are feeling. Me, I like a quick fix. Like, that also played into why I kept calling him. Because, like, okay, I'm not feeling well right now. The only person that'll make me feel better is if I call him and speak to him and hear him. And, like, hopefully he'll give me the answer I want to hear. But he didn't. So now I had to go right back into that cycle again. And it's important to, even if you have to cry, because I hated crying. I'm like, this is weak. I hated it. But, like, sometimes you just have to lock in with yourself and feel what you're feeling. Cry, punch it out, write it out. Don't talk to anybody. Like, really lock in your brain and just feel like, okay, I'm feeling this. You know, why are you feeling this? Okay. You know, it's okay to feel emotions. We're human. I had to learn that this year because I was just like, no, I don't want to cry. I don't want to cry anymore. But it's like, bitch, you have to cry. Like you have to feel what you're feeling so that you can know this is not okay. I don't ever want to feel like this again. So that goes into me forcing myself to learn myself and pick up the pieces myself. So first came like the denial and like, you know, like this is not really happening. Then came the actually facing what I'm going through. And then came, all right, you're facing it. What do you do from here? You know, what are you going to do to help yourself? Because he's not helping you. He loved you once upon a time. But guess what? All you have is yourself. That saying is so cliche, but I get it. I get it now. No man is an island, and no man can grow without people. But there comes a time when you have to choose yourself. You have to choose your sanity. And you have to create boundaries for yourself because you don't want to be put in a situation where you're constantly dating and you don't have boundaries, so you're letting anybody do whatever they want to you. So now your feelings are always being pulled and pushed and pulled and pushed into every which direction, and you're losing yourself with every person. And that's not, you can't do that, you know? That's not healthy for yourself. And that's what I learned from him. Because I'm like, you know, I mean, after a couple months, we did end up speaking. We did decide, like, we're going to try to work on our relationship, but that didn't last long at all. So it was like, you know, the breakup started all over again. But that's what I admired about him because I don't know what the pattern was, but he saw something in me again. And he was like, Alex, you know, I went into this thing that you changed and you didn't. And I'm like, damn, like, what the fuck did I didn't know what the fuck I did last time. Like, what the hell did I do now? And for me, I admired that so much because it's like, he was not going to allow love. He was not going to allow love to distract him from what he's looking for, or like to step over the boundaries that he has created for himself. Was he right for anything that he has done? Yes and no. I do feel like, you know, there's other ways that he could have went about this, but I admire that he stuck to himself. And I have learned that. Before I never take shit from guys, but like now I don't take shit. I just feel like if somebody I loved was able to just love themselves more than me, I have to know how to do the same thing too. I can't. Like, I just can't keep going through life feeling like, okay, I'm going to put you first. Because guess what? As I said, a person, you never know when somebody's going to wake up the next morning and say they don't love you anymore. And it can happen. I'm not going into this video trying to say, you know, fuck these niggas, don't love these niggas. But my thing is, love yourself. Know what you want. Know what you will not put up with. Know that, yes, because you were willing to fight for your relationship and this person didn't want to, that doesn't necessarily mean that they didn't. I mean, sometimes it can mean they didn't love you. But it can also just be how they grew up. And that's what I was getting into, the point of like learning somebody's love language, learning how they were raised. Because for me, I grew up in a household. My parents are still together. They're married. I've seen them fight. I've seen the ugly. I've seen the beautiful. And I'm growing up. Well, I'm still growing up, but I realized that I'm willing to fight. For any relationship I'm in, I'm willing to fight. Not necessarily a bad thing, but I'm young and I'm not married. I don't need to fight for anybody, you know? I don't need to put up with anybody's bullshit. I don't. As I said, we're not married. Ain't nothing but hair on these knuckles. So, you know? But for him, I'm just using him as an example. One of his parents passed away when he was younger. So I feel like that disconnect where that parent was here one day and gone the next, he did not deal with, he did not heal. And this happened maybe 10, 11 years ago. But that bubbles into, you know, your adulthood, your, what am I guess I'm an adult, right? Your young adult years. And as you get older, if you don't deal with it, and if you don't lock in and force yourself to deal with your emotions, it's going to affect other people. And that's exactly why I say no man is an island. Like, you need people. You, like, you know, I'm just so smart, y'all. Like, I'm just not bitter about the situation. And I still don't wish bad upon him. I still don't wish, I just don't care, you know? Like, I feel like I'll always love him, but I will always love him for who the old Alex was, you know? I would never love, like, right now, I can't see myself being with him. I can see myself definitely having a conversation with him. Because as I said, we're all human. We all go through things, and sometimes we meet each other in the middle. And I feel like when we were at that time, we met each other in the middle. He had a life before me. I had a life before him. Guess what? We were together in the middle. I have a life after him now. He has a whole life after me now. So it's just like, you know, you can't take what people do to you and feel as though it's personal. It personally happened to me, but the way somebody thinks, the way that they were raised, like, just everything that plays a part of their character, that plays a part of who they are, the decisions that they make. And yeah, like, for this relationship, nobody's to blame. Like, I don't blame myself for the breakup. I don't blame him for the breakup. I am at a place where I believe that people are allowed to change their minds. People are allowed to stop actively choosing you. I mean, I say that loosely because consistency is always key. But I might do this in another video, but, like, I'm very open to having an open relationship. And when I say open, I don't mean going around fucking everybody. No. Like, I believe in that when you actively choose the person, your partner, that should always be a decision that you make, that you don't feel like you're obligated to because, oh my gosh, he's my boyfriend, or oh my gosh, she's my girlfriend. You know, we kind of made this promise to each other that we'll never do this. But I just like, and especially right now, we're young. Like, we're so young. We think we're so old, but, like, I'm in my young 20s. I changed in a year. I feel like if my ex was to watch this video, he'd be like, damn, bitch, where was his mindset? Maybe we could have been together, you know? But it's just like, I'm open to an open relationship because I want to have those conversations where in the relationship that I'm in with this open person, in this open relationship, that there's always going to be a foundation of friendship, always. And we love each other because we love each other. We don't have this ownership to each other, that obligation, you know? I want to have those conversations where I will love you no matter what. Even if you feel like I'm not the girl for you anymore. Or even if I feel like you're not the guy for me anymore. It's not because I hate you, like, oh, you disgust me. But it's more so just, I'm learning myself. I'm evolving. I've met somebody along the way. You know, who's to say this person might not be the person I'm supposed to be with. But, like, you know, somehow in the middle we met each other. But now I'm stuck to you because we're dating. I'm obligated, you know? As I said, I'm going to do another video on it because what I'm saying is I'm going to get real deep with it. And that's not the topic of this discussion. But, yeah, I just don't want to feel an obligation. And I don't feel like I want to be with somebody who feels obligated. I feel like if we take away these boundaries, I mean, I might think I'm bugging, but listen, all right, this breakup done, you know, it might have fucked me up long term, but I just want to know that, like, somebody's actively choosing me because they want to, because they love me. And I want to know that I'm choosing somebody because I love them. I don't want my guy to ever feel like, you know, he can't come to me and tell me stuff. I don't want to feel like I can't go to my guy and tell him stuff. I feel like if there's a shift happening, I want us to be able to talk about it. I don't want it to be on some, like, I promise to love her forever, like, you know? And that's what I feel like with my breakup, I didn't understand it. I was just like, just last week, you told me I'm the girl that you're going to marry, this, that, and the third. But it's just like, if we would have had that, if we would have had that open conversation, because I thought we were very open with each other, he would have felt comfortable enough to tell me, like, you know, Alex, like, I don't know what's going on. I don't know these feelings I'm having. Like, I don't know what's going on. Like, I'm not feeling how I used to feel. And I feel like I would have more so allowed him, or at least he would have given me the option to stay, you know, or to stay or leave. rather than forcing me out. I don't know if that makes sense, but I don't know. I'll polish it up somehow, somewhere in a few. But yeah, so to just cap everything off, in a year, I've grown. I'm dating now. Your girl is back, y'all. Your girl is back, okay? Your girl is back. I'm in full effect, okay? It took me about a year, but I'm here, baby. And I love life. I love everybody. I love to see other people's point of views. I love to see their perspective. I don't judge. I really don't. Because as I said, everybody has come from something. They've dealt with something in their past that has molded them to be who they are today. And, you know, you can't hate people. You can't judge people. You can't take the things that people do to you personally. Unless a bitch put her hands on you. That's different. But even so, you know, you just got to think, like, why is she like that? Like, that's more of a reflection of her. Like, she's angry. You know me? But, like, I don't know. I'm just so happy. Like, I'm just so happy. And last year, around this time, you could not tell me this is where I'll be. You could not tell me. You really could not tell me that. And I just hope this video helps somebody to see, like, I'm a living truth. Like, I was in the gutter. Like, the gutter. I was pushing 99 pounds. Like, no, I was 100. And I said if I drop another pound to 99, I'm in the 2 digits. That's going to be an issue for me. Like, I think I'm going to have to, like, check myself into a mental hospital or something. But, like, you will get through it. It's okay. And it's okay. And you have to also take responsibility for the fact that you are the only person that can pick yourself up. And if you feel like you can't, then there's a bigger issue at hand. Like, there's something that you need to do while you keep trying to distract yourself from fixing yourself by joining relationships. Love yourself. So I just hope I help somebody, and I'm gonna have a funny video coming soon because this is, you know, this is a little bit too touchy for me. Like, I didn't really explain to anybody about my, like, breakup, you know. But hope to see you guys in the next one.